Hi there, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Beth.
And together we're D&D Duet. And today we're going to be modeling what combat looks like when one is playing a duet. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for any weird sounds that are dog related because our two Labradors are very much a part of our duet game experience.
So this video is sponsored by our patrons, and so thank you all so much. If you'd like to join our Patreon or check it out, you can find a link in the show notes. And any questions or any other videos you'd like to see, if you'll just leave us a comment below.
So again, the goal of the video today is to demonstrate what combat looks like when playing one-on-one. And the interesting thing about one-on-one is that oftentimes, as the DM, you're not just running monsters or NPCs, you're also running a valued member of the party, typically a DMPC. So we wanted to kind of show everybody what it looks like when the DM is playing good guys and bad guys, and the player is running multiple characters in the single combat.
Right, so I'll be playing my PC Berceris, it's right here, and her wolf Vera, as well as Tybalt is the other member of our adventuring party, and so we run him like a paladin sidekick, basically. And we are using some of the variant rules that just came out with the Unearthed Arcana for Berceris and Vera as a Beastmaster Ranger, because they're really fun and cool.
Yeah, they're just more fun. So, without further ado, the scene is a lonely, creepy night in the woods of Barovia. You've made camp this evening in the Svalich Wood, and you are taking your first watch. Tybalt and Jorgen, my DMPC, he's a warlock. He's got a magical sword called the Bitter Embrace, are both resting peacefully in the tent, and you peer out into the night as part of your guard. Roll a perception check.
Okay. Okay, 23.
23. In the night, you hear what seems to be a bit of rustling in the wind. Branch kind of creaking a little bit as the clouds pass over the moon, showing only darkening your field of vision and limiting it to only the light cast by your campfire.
Plus 60 feet because I have dark vision.
Plus 60 feet because you have dark vision, which means that as you watch, shambling towards you are two scarecrows. These scarecrows you faced in Barovia before, animated constructs fueled by hate and evil, come lurching out of the woods towards you. We pre-rolled initiative, and so actually our scarecrow gets to go first. Shambling towards you, a gut full of twisting, writhing snakes covered in canvas popping out through the tattered stitching. This scarecrow with a pumpkin head with an evil grin rushes towards you, claws out, and rolls its head back and forces you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Alrighty. 18.
You shrug off the effect of its fearful, terrifying glaze, and then you take your turn.
Awesome. So I would like to shoot it.
Okay.
So, action.
Are you going to cry out at all to your sleeping compatriots in the tent?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Guys, there's something here.
Nice. Make your attacks.
Alright, so that is a 19 and a 20.
Both certainly hit.
Alright, so that's 9 plus 4 is 13 points of damage. Vera would also like to attack the Scarecrow
With your bonus action.
with my bonus action. Yes, Vera! Not 20 for Vera.
Oh no.
So she would like to take the maul action, please.
Okay.
So 24.
To hit?
Yeah, 24 to hit.
That hits.
Yes. Okay.
I
That
saw
was
that
kind of
tip over.
disappointing. 4 points of slashing damage.
4
And it
points.
needs to make a strength saving throw.
Slashing damage. And it will make a strength save? Strength saving throw 4.
So it falls on its butt and is prone.
Poor Scarecrow.
I'm going to turn it this way so you guys can see in the camera.
As your arrows puncture through its pumpkin head, and as Vera plays fetch with its leg, almost ripping one of its 2 legs. Why specify 2? It's torn down, and Braceras shakes it, and but you do notice that your arrows don't seem to be doing quite the effect that you would want. And you've called out to the inside where your sleeping compatriots lie. Jorgen is going to take his turn next. He's going to use half his movement to stand up. What is going on? And step outside. So that's 20 feet of movement for him. He sees this Scarecrow being torn apart over there, and he's going to say, "These things again," and step over here, and he's going to shoot a couple of Eldritch Blasts at the prone figure, so he's rolling disadvantage with a ranged spell attack. Nat 1.
That's not good.
Let me see if it hits Vera. Vera's okay.
That's good. We would be really mad.
I rolled 2 nat 1s.
No! You need to put that dice in timeout.
Okay, Vera's still fine. So that dice is going to take a break as Jorgen, rubbing sleep out of his eyes, sees this familiar foe to you all in the Svalich wood, and kind of trips a little bit with a yawn, and just buries 2 Eldritch Blasts into the dirt before the second Scarecrow.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's going to move into range, and the 3 of you all that can see it need to make a wisdom saving throw as it uses its terrifying glare.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Jorgen shrugs off the effect.
Does a 13 and I think a 5? No, a 6 strike you?
The 13 will just save from being
Okay.
magically frightened, but unfortunately the other
Poor
one
Vera.
fails. The frightened target is paralyzed,
Okay.
which means she's incapacitated, and attacks against her have advantage
Okay.
until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn. Hearing the commotion, your cleric paladin of Palor begins the process of getting around, grabbing his armament.
And so for his turn, Tybalt is going to valiantly stand up. So there's 15 feet of movement. 20, 25, 30. And Tybalt is going to go ahead and take his action to channel Divinity Sacred Weapon.
So as Tybalt brandishes his great axe?
Yeah, he's got a great axe now.
Brandishes his great axe, raises one hand into the sky, and even though the connection is weak here in Barovia, pulls Palor's attention to his need, and the weapon blazes with Palor's divine radiance. That's going to bring us to the top of the round as Scarecrow 1 is going to take its turn. It's no longer pulled down by Vera, so it's going to stand up shabbily, not violently like Tybalt, and it's going to make 2 attacks against Vera, who is paralyzed, stricken by fear in front of it.
We're
Nat
gonna kill
20. Oof, and 21.
That doesn't hit.
Oh. Let's do a whopping 2d4.
Okay.
So 7 points of slashing damage. Ooh, to 14 because it was a critical.
Okay.
And then 5 points of slashing damage.
Oh no, honey. Poor Vera.
And Vera needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. We're gonna use the red one for her. 11?
11 is the save.
Okay. Cool. Good job, Vera.
As the Scarecrow stands up and digs its claws into your paralyzed with fright, stiffened up little wolf friend, Braceras, howling in rage, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Super angry. I am going to Hunter's Market.
Okay.
Which is the new bonus act, or I use a bonus action still, but I don't have to maintain concentration.
Right.
Right. Cool. Super mad. I'm gonna pop forward, get in its face, and try to shield Vera. And Braceras has special crossbows that she can use in melee too. Oh, I forgot to mark them in the last
I
one.
think it's a crossbow expert feat.
You're right. Oh, but they're auto-loading.
Yeah.
Is why they're special. Sorry, you're right. Crossbow expert Braceras, auto-loading. We would like to shoot it again.
Yep.
Okay. No! I rolled a nat 1.
Wrong.
Oh, and Vera should have rolled with advantage on the last one too. Oh, she got a 20. It doesn't matter. Okay, I rolled a 16.
Okay.
The
So
other
your
one
bow
is
doesn't
a
jam, but you do
16.
just miss, and the 16 does hit.
Okay. And do I get to do the Hunter's Mark damage this time?
Yeah. I think you cast it before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's when you hit, right?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you cast it and then
Whenever
did your
you
attack.
hit it with a weapon
Right.
attack.
So this is you hitting it with a weapon attack.
Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
Nice. So this thing is on its way to looking rough.
Okay.
That brings us to Jorgen's turn. Jorgen feels pretty stupid for missing a couple of Eldritch Blast.
Poor buddy.
So he's going to move to the other side of you. And we play with flanking rules because they're fun. And he's going to attack twice with advantage with the Bitter Embrace Katana. Thank you. 17 definitely hits, and 17 definitely hits. So 16 points of slashing magical damage to this thing. 21, 29. Which is actually enough to kill it, just barely. So he comes up, using the distraction you provided, standing on the other side of it. I think he's going to slash down, kind of bifurcating it through the legs, and then with this second attack, cool spin move, katana through the pumpkin head as it crumples, before Scarecrow 2 takes his turn He is going to... it could put Vera down. Vera is paralyzed. But I think immediately Tybalt looks like the most threatening form in front of it with its bright axe gleaming.
Oh wait, he needs to go.
These things aren't exactly super smart either, so I think it's fair. It's going to make 2 claw attacks. 15 and 12.
Nope.
Tybalt brushing the evil construct to the side as he takes his turn.
Woohoo! Okay, so Tybalt is gonna extra attack with his fancy. Where did my D20 go? Oh, I found it. Sorry. Yeah, with his great axe.
Do it. Gonna beat a whopping 11.
I think that we managed that. So plus charisma, so that 13 plus 6 is
13 plus 6 is 19.
19. For some okay, and then 16 plus 6.
Yep, both hit.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, I get a roll. I haven't rolled this D12 yet.
Let's do it. Ooh, 12.
Yes. 12 and 7. Plus 6. So that's 19. Plus 6 is 25.
So
Tybalt.
Tybalt, stepping forward, no stranger to evil scarecrow constructs, just with authority drives his axe deep into it. It's having a hard time holding itself together as his like arm is kind of half falling off. You see worms and snakes from inside of it, kind of writhing away from the light cast off by his righteous fury as Braceras takes her turn.
Awesome. So that one's dead. I'm going to come help Tybalt. And then I'm going to come back and help Vera. 20.
I need to get you a magical sword.
That'd be cool. Magical anything. Ooh, can I ensnaring strike?
Sure.
Thought
Were
we
you
had to do
casting
something
that?
different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm in ensnaring strike. The scarecrow.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I need to see if I hit first. Bonus action. Alrighty, so that is a 22
Oh yeah.
and a 13.
Both hit.
Awesome. Okay, so that's 2d8 is 14 plus 4 is 18. And it needs to make a strength saving throw.
If it just took 18 points of damage,
Yes.
doesn't make any kind of
Okay.
saving throw. What happens as you kill the scarecrow?
So I think where did Tybalt hit it? Like in
Tybalt hit it, like, I mean, kind of mostly halfway through its shoulder, like into its core a little bit.
I think 2 arrows just to the back of its head.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have rolled with advantage. That's why I walked all the way over there. Doesn't matter.
And then as the one with the ensnaring strike hits it, the vines explode, or like, is it ropes?
Vines is, yeah. Piercing vines.
Explode around its head and just like wrap it up, and pumpkin just flies everywhere. And you all have survived
Yay.
this brief encounter with a couple of scarecrows, even as you hear heavy footsteps. You see trees shake a little bit as a horrifying figure comes rushing from the trees, stepping on half of your tent. It's crumbled and looming before you. That's where we're going to stop the video. We don't want to take all the time in the world, but our hope is with this, we kind of like demystify duet combat a little bit. It's just, I think some things to think about is like we pre-roll initiative so that things go a little bit more smoothly. And I think that people are going to feel some kind of way about what I'm about to say next, but I try to think about in initiative order what's going to result in more back and forth between us. And so sometimes my bad guys get a little boost to initiative if it would put them in a way that we kind of can go back and forth. And sometimes they take a dip. Generally, I try to have the primary character player roles actually mean something. But as far as bad guys go, as long as it's not giving an unfair advantage or a disadvantage, I try to be mindful of how we can move back and forth because it's just more fun that way.
Yeah.
So, we hope that this has been helpful, informative, interesting, something valuable. We would like to thank our patrons once more for sponsoring our creation of YouTube videos. If you have any questions or comments for us, please leave them in the comment section below. And make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more quality duet-focused D&D content.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.